Hello, and welcome to the Cosmos video channel. We are an online store specializing in cosplay costumes. You are now listening to our original novel, The Extraordinary Werewolf. If you have any interest in cosplay outfits, you can contact us at cosmos.com. Now, let's begin the story. Previously on The Extraordinary Werewolf, Glenn found the perfect opportunity to hunt but was interrupted by a massive gray-skinned giant named Abu, who stole his prey. Glenn tricked Abu into a pit trap and forced him to hand over the boars, but just as the giant was freed, he spitefully destroyed the meat. Glenn and the beast were left covered in blood and gore, and Glenn swore revenge. Glenn turned around abruptly and saw that the abdomens of the 3 black boars had burst open. Gory blood splattered the ground, covering both Glenn and the beast. The giant's booming, unpleasant laughter followed immediately. Pointing at Glenn and the beast, he roared, "Ha ha ha! Stupid human, even ruined, I won't give them to you."
Ha ha ha! Stupid human! Even ruined! I won't give them to you! Ha ha ha!
The pungent smell and sticky feeling on his body made Glenn extremely uncomfortable. He stood frozen for over 10 seconds in the posture of turning his head, like a statue. He only moved after the giant finished his taunt. He calmly wiped the blood from his face and hair, then turned back to stare at Abu with eyes devoid of emotion. The beast, equally enraged, bared its fangs at the giant.
Why are you looking at me like that? Yes, I did it! What are you going to do about it? Abu is strong! You are no match for Abu!
Abu stood up, looking down at Glenn, feeling particularly pleased with himself.
What can I do? I can take your life!
As the words fell, the mud where Glenn stood exploded. Sparse black fur grew on his body, his face contorted savagely, and his claws and fangs emerged. This was a partial transformation, maximizing combat power without destroying his clothes. Abu knew the human would attack, but the explosive speed was totally unexpected. Before he could react, searing pain shot through his eyes and his vision was instantly covered in red. Losing his sight plunged him into extreme panic. One hand covered his eyes, while the other swung wildly. But it was useless. All he felt was the agonizing, ripping pain across his arms, chest, stomach, and back.
No! Stop it! Damn annoying human, you are hurting Abu!
Glenn did not stop for his screams. He was searching for the giant's most vulnerable spot. After several attempts, he confirmed that the skin on the stomach was the softest, though still nearly as tough as rock. As the claw attacks concentrated, Abu felt a panic and terror he had never experienced before. He was about to be gutted alive.
Please stop! Abu is sorry! No!
In the end, the giant collapsed back into the very pit that had trapped him moments ago, screaming with infinite dread. Glenn took one last look at the selfish, arrogant giant, then turned and flicked the warm blood off his hands, frowning.
Why is nothing going right today?
He checked the 3 dead boars again. The pungent odor was intense. They were certainly inedible. The giant must have used some kind of curse. He looked at the approaching beast and sighed.
That is enough for today. Let's go home.
Glenn asked. As they neared the house, Glenn spotted a familiar figure, Black Crow. As they neared the house, Glenn spotted a familiar figure, Black Crow. He stood outside Glenn's front yard, holding a bulging cloth bag, looking as if he had been waiting for a long time. A few steps closer, Black Crow noticed Glenn, turned around, and his face remained as expressionless as ever.
Mr. Black Crow, are you looking for me?
Yes. I was passing by and thought I should say hello.
Oh!
Glenn felt a little awed and teased. Sir, you truly are an interesting man.
Sir, you truly are an interesting man. Is that something you bought in Dude Town? Didn't you go yesterday?
Black Crow looked down at the cloth bag and explained, My wife has a rather large appetite lately. What I bought yesterday clearly wasn't enough, so I needed to stock up more.
You are married. Well, please extend my greetings to your wife. Forgive me for not being able to call on you at the moment.
Glenn was surprised. I will. I told her about you yesterday, and she said I should interact with you more often. After saying this, Black Crow hesitated, seeming to want to say something more. But before Glenn could ask, he spoke. Did you encounter danger? Did you encounter danger?
Huh?
This caught Glenn off guard, followed by a wry smile.
Thank you for your concern, but no, I didn't encounter any danger, just a small accident.
Glenn's blood-soaked appearance certainly made it look like he'd been in danger, so he couldn't blame the man for asking, but he didn't want to explain much. He just wanted a shower and a change of clothes. Wait, I don't have any clothes left. If you ever find yourself in danger, you can look for me. If I can help, I won't refuse, Black Crow said, then turned to leave. Black Crow said, then turned to leave. Glenn momentarily wanted to call Black Crow back to borrow an outfit, but considering the man's dressing style, he dismissed the idea.
See you later.
See you later. Glenn finally managed one polite word. Just as he was about to enter his house, still worrying about clothes, he caught a glimpse of a gaze from the window of the old man next door. His eyes lit up.
The clothing problem is solved.
Layla and Bonnie returned to Dude Town after dark. All the way they were terrified of encountering Bob and his men again, dreading a second experience of that desperation.
Layla, you must stay away from that demon. He is not a good father. We should report him to the police.
Bonnie, recovering from her fright, held Layla's hand and urged her. Layla was momentarily shaken. She wanted to refuse after all. He was her biological father. Would she be a dutiful daughter if she sent him to jail? But she decided to report him anyway. This father had tormented them for too long. There was no family affection left. Even if she faced public criticism, she could bear it.
You are right. We'll go now.
Layla, what if they aren't caught? Will they come back to retaliate against us?
Bonnie asked anxiously.
That.
Layla froze. That was a real possibility.
If they find us again, they'll take us. I am so scared.
Bonnie started wiping away tears.
Don't worry, Bonnie. Did you forget that Officer Berlin is in town? As long as we stay here, those men won't dare do anything extreme. Besides, school starts tomorrow, and we live there. It will be safer.
It will be safer. Layla comforted her poor friend even though she was just as afraid.
What are you doing here again? I don't have much food left in my kitchen. You have to leave some for me, don't you?
The old man looked at Glenn, who had brazenly walked through his door, and spoke in a tone of forced bluster. However, Glenn acted completely as if he owned the place, stroking his chin and looking over the neighbor's furnishings as if they were his own.
Don't be so wary. We're practically acquaintances. I just came to borrow an outfit from you.
Clothes?
The old man was astonished.
Look at me. I have nothing to change into. As my good neighbor, you wouldn't refuse, would you?
Glenn asked with a broad smile. He felt no pang of guilt. This old man had tormented the original owner incessantly, acting like a bully. Glenn felt perfectly justified in being slightly overbearing with someone like him. The old man wasn't angry at Glenn's request. Instead, he felt a wave of internal relief. This was a request he could accept. If Glenn had demanded something more severe, he likely wouldn't have been able to resist.
You wait here.
The old man said, then hurried up the wooden stairs to the second floor. Glenn sat below, bored.